Hello, once again, this is Brother Teacher. With unfortunately um, another um, case of maybe driving while black in America and being scrutinized and profiled by the white police again. Could that possibly be the reason? I'm not a racist, and I don't know of any black person for the most part that is a racist because we don't own anything to be racist. That's only people that are in power that could possibly be racist because they control all of the various things that we enjoy here in this country and this world. Just so happens to be those that are the white supremacist flavor, if you will. Not all whites, just white supremacists. Anyway, yesterday, again, in Minneapolis, another black man was killed by the hand, at the hand, in this case, a white police officer. Her name is Kim Potter. She's been on the police force in Minneapolis for 26 years. You would think that she would know her job very well. Well, her and I believe another officer pulled over a young man in an SUV, 20-year-old Daunte Wright, supposedly, allegedly, for an expired tag and maybe some warrants. All right. Then they also brought up the fact that there's a law or a rule and or a regulation in Minnesota that you can't have air fresheners hanging from your rear view mirror. That could have potentially been the reason he was pulled over as well. But anyway, upon finding out that he had warrants, they arrested him. Now this young man, handcuffed, hands behind his back, and it is said that he attempted to resist and get away. He ends up inside a car. Inside the car, mind you. So the police officer, this young lady, thought she was pulling out her taser, but pulls out her service weapon and shoots and kills this young man. From what I understand, one shot. He is now dead. Traffic violation, mind you. All too similar situation. Remind you of 2016 Philando Castill, same situation. He's sitting in the vehicle with his girlfriend. Told the police officer that he had a concealed carry. He ends up what? Dead. Now here not too long ago, a year ago or so, George Floyd, killed by officer at the time, Derek Chauvin, now who's on trial in the same city of Minneapolis where this new gentleman, this new case is going to be raised now of Daunte, Mr. Wright, shot and killed. For what? Let me just throw this out. Why is it that anytime an individual gets pulled over, black individual, it always escalates most of the time. Most of the time it escalates to them being arrested, maced, tased, and even shot dead. Why? In the case of George Floyd, suffocated, kneeling on a man's neck for nearly 9 minutes. Derek Chauvin did last year. Now he's gone. Father taken away from his children and his family. In this case, Daunte, Mr. Wright, just had a baby. He's been taken away from his child and his family. Ladies and gentlemen, Can you make that make sense? Can they make it make sense? How a simple traffic stop ends up with a dead black man. Same thing happened to Sam Dubois in Cincinnati, Ohio. A simple traffic stop, which shouldn't have happened in the first place, ends up with a dead black man being shot by a police officer. Same thing happened with Sandra Bland in Texas several years ago. Traveling to Texas in pursuit of job opportunity, she ends up being pulled over for a traffic violation, supposedly, forced to get out of her vehicle, locked up, and the next day she's dead. And they said, guess what? She hung herself with a garbage bag that was in the cell that she was being contained in. How? How does something happen like this? Will the Don King make popular that phrase? Only in America. Land of the free, home of the brave. Well, it's a lot of us that are really not free. We're not free to go about our business. We're not free to go about our lives peaceably, without being profiled, without being harassed, without being beaten up, tased, and shot in the back, as the gentleman did in Atlanta, Georgia last year at a Wendy's restaurant. Sleep in his car, not bothering anybody. Anyway, you know the story. What are we going to do, America? What are we going to do, Black America? Is this going to continue to go on? And what are we going to do, white America and Asian America and Latino America and all Americans? What are we going to do about this? Because this is becoming all too popular, all too common. This stuff has to stop today. It's got to stop. And your president, Joe Biden, doesn't make it any better. Don't loot. Don't perform any sort of violent acts as a result of this until it's been thoroughly investigated. Come on now. What would you expect, honestly, if the shoe had been on the other foot, white America? How would you see this crime and every crime similar to this as it relates to you? It's a shame. It's a shame to be American today. It's a shame to be a Black American today. It's been a shame to be a Black American because this country is less than free. It just simply is. So now, Derek Chauvin is on trial right now in Minneapolis. And in the same city again, you have Daunte Wright being murdered by a police officer, a woman, that said she mistook her service weapon as being the taser. She thought she was pulling the taser, but she pulled her service weapon. But she has 26 years on the force. You don't know the difference in the feel and the weight and the location on your body, on your belt. You don't know this by now. Body language. You don't understand muscle memory. Now we have to bury another Black man in America who has died needlessly at the hand of another white police officer. What a shame. Let's pray for his family, the Wright family, and his mom, and his child, everyone in his family. Let's pray for America. It has to heal, and it has to do it soon, because this is not going to be tolerated too much longer. That was all I had to say. Let me know what you think about this. What do you say? Honestly, what do you say, ladies and gentlemen? All of you that are watching this video right now, what do you say about this? I don't care if he had priors or what have you. He's handcuffed, hands behind his back. Where could he possibly have run to with his hands behind his back? You would have caught him. He had no support with his hands. He didn't have a vehicle. Did you have to pull any weapon if he was trying to get away? He was not going anywhere. But now he's definitely not going anywhere but a grave. This is Brother Teacher. I'm out.